sign us for ya. Some fees they be good for ya. You know we be getting those. Whoops, there's a camera. Jump on the weekend. Don't let your jam end. You can count on your best friend.
I've got it! Izzy, we're going on a quest. To Zephyr Heights.
The Pegasus City?
Yes, we need to find out what happened to your magic and bring it back. They have magic, maybe they can help.
Now then, this little gem from our magical gallery shows what traffic jams were like 400 years ago. It reminds me of rush hour in Zephyr Heights. If Sheriff Hitch were there, those critters would go flocking straight to him. The original painting on the wall is called A Hilly Landscape with Figures by Ilbert Cuyp, who was born in the Netherlands in 1620, and he loved painting the light and the colours of the countryside. You can see another of his landscapes right next to this one. I think he would have adored painting Equestria.
I will not eat. I will not sleep. Well, maybe a quick nap and a snack if I can't find you in the next few hours. But after that, nothing will stop me.
And the magical gallery reveals, dun dun dun, our very own Sheriff Hitch Trailblazer, looking rugged, tough and ready for action. Plus some fluffy bunnies standing to attention. The painting on the wall, called A Landscape with Horsemen, shows a similar scene with cows and horses and people all chilling out in the countryside of the Netherlands, which is a long way from Equestria. It was painted by Ilbert Cuyp sometime between 1655 and 1660. What are your favourite things about this painting? I like how the man on the left decided to keep still for the painting by having a nap. And I like how all the other people are staring off into the distance at something that we can't see. What do you think they're looking at? Oh, maybe they've seen Hitch and the fluffy bunnies.
Luminescence! You know, like your sparkle? Yours is lavender, huh? And the happier you are, the brighter it shines.
Yay, you found another pony in the magical gallery. But who is this adorable, happy unicorn? Don't worry, she'll tell you. Yes, everyone knows it's Izzy Moonbow, the first unicorn to visit Maritime Bay in generations. Next, look at the painting on the wall. Who is this guy on the horse? It says it's a painting of Charles I by Anthony van Dyck. But who was Charles I? Can you see the sign on the tree? There, on the right. It says Rex Magnae Britanniae, which means King of Great Britain. That makes sense. Look at him. He's wearing gold chains. Very cool bling, Your Majesty. And hey, if you want to look important, you've got to get a horse, right? Preferably a massive, muscular horse like this one. But look a little closer. The painter Van Dyck painted the horse's head really small, so it didn't make the king look all tiny. Royalty doesn't like that kind of thing. Just ask Queen Haven.
So tonight's the night. I can't wait to debut my new song later. It has a very special place in my heart. But not as much as you guys.
Hi, every pony. You found another My Little Pony pick in our magical gallery. This time of singing superstar sensation, the Pegasus Princess Pip Petals. Meanwhile, up on the wall, we've got Frederick Rehau on horseback, which was painted around 1663 by Rembrandt, one of the greatest painters in the history of art. Frederick looks so calm up there, even though his horse is rearing up. That said, why the long face? I'm talking to Frederick, not the horse. One of the most amazing things about this painting is that Rembrandt went ahead and painted it right on top of another painting that he had already started. You can see traces of the old painting between the horse's legs. So there's actually another painting underneath this one. What do you think it's a painting of? Whoa! A unicorn? And an earth pony? Together?
Okay, well, this day just got a whole lot more interesting.
Hooray! You found another new picture in the My Little Pony Magical Gallery. This time of the daring Zipstorm zipping around in an actual storm. Now, take a look at the painting on the wall. No people, no other animals. Finally, a horse in a starring role. This painting is by Theodore Géricault and is called A Horse Frightened by Lightning. Oh no, don't be scared, horse. It's only weather. Have an apple, have two, and a carrot. Do you think he looks frightened? I think he looks brave and beautiful, like he's just been caught in the light of a lightning flash. A horse as fearless as Zipstorm herself. And just like Zipstorm, the painter Géricault was a winner. Back in 1812, he was so good at painting horses that he won a gold medal for it.
Check it out, Pipsqueaks. Live from the castle. It's a real unicorn and earth pony. I know, right? This is so not a filter.
This picture in the Magical Gallery shows Princess Pip and her friends out walking around Equestria. It looks so lovely. Meanwhile, the painting on the wall by Eugene Delacroix is beautiful, peaceful, and somewhat fantastical. It could even be Equestria itself. Eugene Delacroix painted this in 1859, and it shows the ancient Roman poet Ovid being welcomed and accepted by a nomadic warrior tribe. But to me, it just looks like a lovely day out. And on the left, there's a boy walking his dog. Right beside him is the poet Ovid and his friends having a picnic. And in the foreground is a man milking a horse. It's a really calm and peaceful painting, and I could look at it for hours. Did I just say a man was milking a horse? Well, I suppose everyone's got to bring something to a picnic, haven't they?
This is proof! All pony kinds did used to be friends! My dad was right.
Sunny Star Scout and Zipstorm look like they're dashing off on another adventure. You can tell Zip really means business with her majestic wings spread out to fly. The same with Sunny and her rollerblades. Speaking of dashing off on adventures, the real-life artwork is called Don Quixote and Sancho Panza, painted by Daumier in 1855. It's based on the story of Don Quixote, who was a brave and honourable knight. Here he is racing off on his horse Rocinante to do yet another daring deed, while his faithful companion Sancho just stays still on his donkey. Because Sancho knows that the cloud of dust that Don Quixote is charging after isn't actually a dragon, or a troll, or a big battle. It's just some sheep passing by. The point is that Don Quixote and his horse are not afraid to leap into an adventure, just like Sunny and Zip, but a bit sillier.
We always promised each other that someday we would prove that all ponies were meant to be friends. We'll do our part, hoof to heart.
You found another picture from the Magical Gallery showing the main 5 ponies all together at last. Friendship is so inspiring. And speaking of inspiring, take a look at the picture on the wall. It's called The Horse Fair by Rosa Bonheur, painted in 1855. Her story is amazing. Rosa became a famous, successful painter at a time where women were usually only allowed to paint as a hobby, if at all. And she was one of only 12 French women at the time to get legal permission to wear trousers, especially so she could visit horse fairs and research her paintings. And best of all, Rosa Bonheur was the first ever living woman artist to be represented here in the National Gallery. Just look at these beautiful horses she painted. Do you think they're racing, or do you think they're dancing?
Hey there, the name's Sprout. Sheriff Sprout. What's the problem, Philly? Don't worry, Sheriff Sprout is here. Pick up that litter! Sheriff Sprout's orders!
Here is the bright red and feisty Deputy Sprout posing proudly to show us all just how good a sheriff he can be. Spoiler, he's not that good a deputy, never mind a sheriff. You'll need to show better leadership skills, Sprout, like the guy in the painting up there on the wall. That is a guy called Captain Robert Orme, a British soldier who took part in the Battle of Monongahela in the year 1755. He's the one on the right in the red coat, and on the left wearing that beautiful glossy brown coat is his horse. Sadly, we don't know the horse's name. Captain Orme was painted by Sir Joshua Reynolds, and it shows what a close friend a soldier had to be with his horse back then. I mean, the captain had to totally depend on his horse to carry him around the battlefield.
Every pony stop! We're gonna get to the other side, find the crystal, and bring back magic.
Congratulations! You've discovered a picture from the Magical Gallery, and this one features our star herself, the courageous Sunny Star Scout. Sunny believes that Earth ponies, unicorns and Pegasi were once friends and can be again, bringing friendship and magic back to Equestria, and I believe that too. Take a look at that fabulous figure of a horse in the painting on the wall. Dating back from around 1762, this is a George Stubbs painting of the famous racehorse Whistlejacket. Like Sunny Star Scout, Whistlejacket is dynamic, beautiful, and really popular. In fact, this is one of the most famous paintings of a horse ever. But when it was first painted, it caused a sensation. People thought it was unfinished because it was just of Whistlejacket and nothing else. What would you paint in the background? Who would you paint with Whistlejacket?